In this video, I'm going to take a deep dive into drawing arches, and it starts pretty simply and then gets complicated. So hopefully there's something for everyone here. And it's in my book, Ellen's Guide to Perspective, on Amazon. Let's start with these arches that are in one-point perspective. So where is eye level, and how can we find these arches in perspective? An easy way to find eye level in one-point perspective is to divide both sides into equal number of units and then connect like units together. And eye level is that horizontal line that remains the same distance between the two red lines. So here it's a little closer to this bottom line than the top line, and over here it's a little closer to the bottom than the top line. And if we follow it out to the vanishing point, we can see that this green line is indeed eye level. To draw these arches in perspective, I divided the walls in half. So our first unit is this trapezoid, and draw a line from the top of this vertical line through the center to the bottom of this vertical line. Similarly, draw a diagonal from the top of this vertical line through the center to find where this vertical line would be. Here's an archway in two-point perspective with horizontal lines this way going to this vanishing point and horizontal lines going to this vanishing point. But the arches always have vertical axes. Here's an unusual view of two-point perspective, and it helps us find the front and back of this arch. All these lines are horizontal, so they must go to a vanishing point on eye level. So connect the pink dots in front with the red dots in back, and these lines go to this vanishing point on eye level. Meanwhile, the vertical lines go to a vanishing point above eye level and directly above this original vanishing point. These are arches in one-point perspective. I drew lines to the center of vision, and these lines are perpendicular to the vertical picture plane in front. Similarly, this line is perpendicular to the vertical picture plane. To find the position of these vertical lines, draw a diagonal to the diagonal vanishing point, and where it crosses this line going to the center of vision would be the position of these vertical lines. The arches in front and the arches on the sides have vertical axes. Similarly, this one has vertical axes. Another way to find these pillars is to set up on the ground line or measuring line the actual width of each one of these pillars. You can see this width is the same, as well as the spaces in between, which is also the same. And then draw lines to the diagonal vanishing point, and where it crosses the line going to the center of vision would be the position of one of these pillars. I also have here the horizontal semicircle with a vanishing point above the center of vision, and stones on this horizontal semicircle converge toward this vanishing point. This is an example of a semicircular arch, and you could see that the vanishing point at the base of this arch is where the stones on this arch converge. It is directly above the center of vision, which is on eye level, and the center of vision is where horizontal lines converge, like the lines on the pillars, as well as the lines underneath the arch. These are horizontal lines that go to the center of vision. In my video about arches, I describe how they are composed of circles. So a Gothic arch has a center of the circle at the base on the other side, and that center accounts for this circle. And the stones go to that center of the circle. And on the other side, this is the center of the circle here, and these stones go to that center. Now for a wide arch, the centers of the circle are inside the arch, and they're equidistant to the middle of the arch. and all the stones go to these centers. Let's break down this image a little more. So we have the lines going to the center of vision, and eye level is above the head of a figure in the distance, indicating that the viewer is probably standing. I marked out an area that's 10 tiles wide and 10 tiles long, indicating that this is a square in perspective. And diagonals of squares always cut the angle into two 45-degree angles. So if you follow these diagonals to eye level, you would get the diagonal vanishing point for the 45-degree angle. The eye, or the station point, is directly below the center of vision, and in this case, the 90-degree angle is divided into two 45-degree angles, so they go to these D45s. Now we could find the eye by finding this 90-degree angle that goes to these vanishing points, or we could draw a hemicircle with the center of vision in the middle that goes through the D45s and the eye. And so the center of vision to the D45 is a radius of this circle, as is the center of vision to the eye. And so these two distances are equal. Imagine all this as a two-dimensional construct. So in this case, the center of vision lies between the two D45s. It's not in the distance in this case. Now, take the eye and lift it up out of the picture toward us so that it reaches the actual eye of the viewer. Then we would no longer see this yellow line because the eye would be superimposed on the center of vision. And these red lines would come out of the page toward us, and they would lie along this white line. Now, I can't draw that, so you have to try to imagine this eye coming out of the picture toward us. Now, this length from the center of vision to D45 is about 9 tiles long. If we go from the base of the center of vision in this two-dimensional construct and go to the base of the eye, which is where the feet of the viewer lies, this too is about 9 tiles long. Vaulted arches are complicated, but here's what I recommend. First of all, number your pillars. So this is number 1, pillar 2, pillar 3, and do that on both sides. Then find the lines that go to the same numbered pillars. So these yellow lines go to pillar 1. Then find the lines that go to the pillar in front. So the blue line here, for example, goes from pillar 2 to pillar 1. And then find the ones that go to the pillars in back. So this one, the white lines go from pillar 2 to pillar 3. And they're all segments of circles. Each side of this is part of a circle. And you can see that these line up. The blue and what used to be a white line up. Here's a neat way to draw an elliptical arch. So you start with 2 concentric circles and then draw a radius from the center to the edge of the large circle. And the blue points here are connected to vertical lines, and the green dots here are connected to horizontal lines. And where they meet at these black dots are points on the elliptical arch. I'm going to show you how to front light an arch to get this shadow. And if you're unfamiliar with casting shadows, I have 19 videos about it in my other YouTube channel under my name. It's at the beginning of that channel. Now, to front light an arch, you have to have the shadow vanishing point on eye level, and the light is vertically below because the light is coming from behind our left shoulder going in this direction. So to find the shadow, you follow a shadow line down to number 2 at the base of the arch. Then follow this vertical line up to number 3. Then follow the light ray down to number 4. Meanwhile, this blue line hits the back of the arch at number 1 and then goes vertically up, and they both meet at number 4, which is a point on the shadow. Similarly, we could follow this blue line to this black dot and follow this vertically up to the top of the arch, and then follow the light ray down this way. And this blue line also hits the back of the arch here, and if we follow that vertically up, we will find this white dot on the shadow line. In my next video, I'll go through more examples of perspective, and please remember to subscribe.